Operator Perlica, standing by. All operators accounted for. The team is ready for the mission. Endfield Crisis Team, ready for action. Transferring command authority now, Administrator. Lead us in our next step forward, Administrator. Time to come up with optimum tactics for wielding this weapon. The fruit of the automated industry complex. Now, I would just need to tune this to maximize the spoils of our victories. We once fought on and never gave up, for it is our wish to witness your return. Your approval is much appreciated, Administrator. I shall carry on with greater effort. Though I am a little too young and untested, my mind is set. I shall fulfill my duties as supervisor of Endfield Industries. Once again, you've placed your faith in me, Administrator. I shall live up to your expectations. I'm all right. Hearing your encouraging words just made me nostalgic about the past. It used to be the only reason I kept going. Now, I'm glad that I get to lead Endfield Industries and stand by your side. I have always believed that you will lead us upon the right path once more. Welcome back to Endfield Industries, Administrator. Prepped and ready to go. Operator Perlica, standing by. An efficient assignment. I shall do my best. How are you holding up, Administrator? Don't push yourself too hard, Administrator. Keep yourself rested and well. Since your awakening, Dijon is becoming a livelier place with every passing day. And this makes me hopeful for the future, Administrator. You're looking much better, Endman. Feel free to talk to me if there's anything you need. Your needs are our top priority, Endman. To see them met, I'll gladly set aside other tasks, or ask Fiona to handle them. The Central Ring is always this busy. It is a symbol of our obligations to this world. For more than a century, generations of Endfielders have devoted themselves to reviving the civilization band. Perhaps a day will come when Dijon can finally land and take a well-deserved rest within the haven we've built. Many operators wouldn't spend too much time aboard Dijon, especially our elites. They are sorely needed by the civilization band where danger lurks, and not by this orbital refuge. No matter. You will meet them soon. I shall make the proper introductions when the time comes. When I last had a conversation like this, I was a girl barely half my current height. Times have changed. Dijong received plenty of modifications, and I grew up. But you, Administrator, you remain the same as before. I've requested a set of supplies on your behalf, Endman. I hope it can help. There are times when you overwork yourself. But do remember, it is all right to count on me and Endfield Industries. I really appreciate this, Endman. I shall treasure it well. Endman, don't miss your physical exams. And please avoid overworking yourself. Most importantly, never abuse your Originium arts. Should other operators request your assistance to fix a Deltabot again, just turn them down. When I was a little girl, I explored every corner of Dijong and nicknamed every cabin. It was a time when I believed I would never see the surface again. A time when I felt that Dijong was my home. But to better support you, I left the ship and traveled across many places on Talos 2. Now, Dijong looks more cramped than I remember. But to me, it's still a vessel capable of holding the entirety of my memories. Chen is actually the first operator I personally recruited since becoming supervisor of Endfield Industries. She's also my best friend. I ran into her unexpectedly during a joint project with HAS. She kept saying I always wore a stiff face, and only decided to help because she got too worried about me. Perhaps it was the truth. I was an untested supervisor, and there were so many things I had to pick up. I barely had time to focus on the people and things around me. Her smile and candid personality probably kept me from taking many wrong turns. There's no need for concern, Endman. Don't take Chen's teasing about me too seriously. Of course I have off hours. What do I do for vacation? Mostly reading. Literature and theoretical science, since they're relevant to upcoming work. It's not a break if I'm doing things for work. Well, then... I enjoy racing through frontierlands alone on my bike. Endman, you're the only one who knows about this. The other operators will get worried if they learn about this secret. I know where they're coming from. But part of me yearns to hear the winds of this planet. Are you awake, Endman? You should turn in early for today if you're feeling tired. I caught a glimpse of your sleepy face just now. I've actually been looking at that same sleepy face of yours for a decade. Back then, I visited the sarcophagus with the other children, just to see you hibernating peacefully. But as time passed, I was the only one left. I'd come by often. After I passed the operator trials, after I became the supervisor. Don't feel bad about this, Endman. I actually have plans to tell you everything once we restore your memories. Endfield Industries is partnering with many organizations upon this land. The Accordatories, definitely. The TGCC is the best provider of modern logistics and supplies, and the UWST is a most reliable friend in the frontier. The HAS is always perched at the edge of the latest tech breakthrough, and we openly share our scientific findings with each other. Allies like these guarantee our ability to stand strong and firm in this cruel new home. Never met Fiona in person? Fiona's condition is quite special. She told me that she enjoys being on air and connected with everyone via our combat comms. And Fiona is rather worried that if you met her in person, you might start treating her very differently. I look like a maestra in battle? I picked up the habit during combat training. They say Lytanians during the Age of Terra combined music with their innate gift for the arts. My arts instructor also happened to be a gifted musician. My aptitude for combat wasn't particularly outstanding, but I quickly mastered the techniques when I interpreted the flow of arts as musical notations and tempos. The aurora is also visible from Dijon. It is the anomalous flower that bloomed upon Talos II. The northern veil is enveloped in ether, making the aurora look like a wall that blocks our way. A utopia for countless souls once existed on the other side of this wall, though naught is left but devastation, and enemies that occupy the ruins. What vendors should we add to Dijon? Any ideas, Endman? Oh, nothing special. Just another regular survey from the business office. Dijon doesn't have a large lounge area, and our resident crew isn't that big either. Auto vendors work fine, but they do lack that human touch. What about a cozy cafe, Endman? Would you grab a cup of coffee while you're on break? Apologies, Administrator. I know it's selfish, but I'd rather not bring up our past right now. I just hope you can find those memories on your own. This isn't a request from the supervisor of Endfield Industries. It's from me. Impressive, isn't she? Picture the Techno Protocol as the Originium network, and Dijon would be the Proto-Rig master server. She is also the embodiment of the Terran civilization that traveled through the Cosmic Gate, as well as all the events that followed our crossing. Dijon has endured war and chaos, and now she cruises in the sea of outer space. Perhaps a day will come when humanity frees itself from the shackles of gravity and walks amidst the stars as our ancestors have dreamed. There was a time when I addressed M3 as my elder sister, but she put an end to that after I became an actual Endfield operator. Truth be told, she felt like a true sister of mine. Kind, gentle, optimistic, and skilled in everything. I don't see her on Dijon much these days. I know she's carrying out a mission of her own, and, if possible, I hope that Endfield can share her burden. Very few people know that this distant world of Talos II is actually where we all came from. And despite this knowledge, almost none could give up their nostalgia for Terra. Leaving Terra for Talos II is akin to a babe who left its soft, comfortable cradle for their mother's embrace. But I felt the opposite. It was on Talos II where I joined Endfield and met the Administrator. Terra is now little more than a symbol of my mission. I wasn't the only participant of the Zeroth Directive, but none of us knew the missions of the others. In the past, you always had plenty of preparations in place, even before you became aware of your situation. For this awakening, I've rehearsed executing the Zeroth Directive countless times. But when I met you again in person, all those words flowed out of me naturally with great ease. Endfield Industries spent our recent years focusing on the automated industry complex. The goals of the AIC are evident in its name, and I believe you have extensive first-hand experience with it. Needless to say, our obsession with the Techno Protocol isn't just about this. Originium is information. It is the crystallized manifestation of every ephemeral idea. Its final embodiment will let us manufacture and construct more than just industrial products. You founded the Crisis Team, Endman. It is a special operations team that you've led in person. The Crisis Team was a team of elites famed throughout Talos II. Team leadership was later transferred to the founder and M3, but its purpose and function still remain the same. When I became supervisor and took over the team's leadership, I sorely felt the pressure from commanding a team of heroes, as well as their fiery passion, as they threw themselves in battle for our selfless goal and ideal. I heard M3 say that Endfield did not have a supervisor back then, The administrator led the entire company, while M3, the founder, and our elite operators provided support. We called this decision-making organization the Provenance. The Provenance managed the 3 major nexuses and has kept Endfield running till this day. Endfield was forced to change while you slept. But these changes kept us going. And this was how I could stand by your side. Something seems to warrant closer scrutiny. We seem to have high-value supplies nearby. Keep an eye out for those. Another area uncharted by humanity. Stay alert. This hostile poses significant threat. Mineral ores form the foundation of industry. We should gather more. Let me help you. An impressive acquisition. Oraline is a fragment of a shattered universe. This one traveled massive distances to be here, right before us. The Blight no longer threatens the Endfield of today. R&R complete. Team, make ready to continue our operations. Patching up. Stay alert. Conditions stabilized. Incoming! Unknown hazard! I'm good. Focus on our objective. Protect yourself, Endman. Outstanding technique. Impressive. We're united as one. We did it as a team. This is the power of Endfield. Engaging. Stay safe, team. All variables within estimates. A definitive outcome achieved through strong teamwork. Verify and report personal status, team. Violence is never our objective. Let's press forward. Check all injuries. Assume defensive formation, and restore combat readiness. We won't let this happen again. Concerto! Sequence! Target locked! Strike command! Terminate! Arts unit hot. Art support ready. Push forward! Here's our chance! Now, fugue! Coda and finale! Commensale 7, annihilation! Target locked, fire! Sterilize this area!